Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the birthday edition of the Happy Travellers vlog.
I can't believe it's been going for 1 year.
One whole year.
Yes, yeah.
On the 1st of June 2016, we started a video blog just to tell people about what we were doing. But let's just go back and have a little think about how this all started. We've been looking after your mum, hadn't we? And she was in the final sort of years of her life, and we looked after her. And sadly, she died on the 3rd of January in 2016. We'd been fairly tied up, and that sort of 24/7 care for elderly parents is a very high pressure environment. So we decided, didn't we, that we'd maybe take some time out, and we started to go travelling around with Jill and Dave,
Yes.
my sister and brother-in-law. Yeah.
We did, and we so enjoyed it that we decided that we loved the life of a caravan, living in it. And it was very sad to lose my mum and dad, but it was the first time in our lives we could be together and go and see different places and have no time restrictions. There's no need to just give medication or to get the food. So we did. It was really, really interesting, and every place we've been to we've so enjoyed. I couldn't tell you any places that I wouldn't want to return to.
So what happened then?
Yes.
After that, we sort of decided that we were going to have a caravan. We started off thinking about having a motorhome, but then through some various discussions, we decided a caravan at that time might be better, because that would allow us to have a car and to travel around just in a car. Anyway, so we made that choice, and we went off visiting caravan dealers all over Sussex. And to be honest, we were expecting to get just a little bit of an inheritance from Wendy's mum, and we'd sort of decided that we'd buy a caravan sort of by April. Anyway, whatever happened, whether we were still sort of looking after Wendy's mum or not, we were going to buy a caravan, and that would allow us to get away for weekends when we needed to, even if we were still sort of full-time carers for Wendy's mum, because we could get help in. Anyway, it just so happened that we'd sort of decided that we were going to buy a caravan, and we'd set a budget for around about 10 to 15,000, I think.
As much as that, yeah.
Yeah, we sort of set this budget of maybe 25,000 for a car and a caravan together, and we'd already bought the car because we knew sort of what car we were going to buy, and that cost us 8,500, I think. So we had another sort of 10 to 12 to 15 maybe. Anyway, one day we decided we'd drive out to see what was on offer at the Sussex Caravan Centre. And I said to Wendy, well, there's no point in going because we haven't got enough money.
Yes.
We can't buy what we want, and we're going to have to lower our sights a little bit in terms of money. And even then, we only had like a couple of grand in the bank, and with us, neither one of us were working.
No.
The carers' allowances had stopped. I'd sort of closed down my business to take care of Wendy and Wendy's mum and spend more time. So we were in a bit of a pickle, weren't we, where finances were concerned.
Yes.
The inheritance from Wendy's mum's estate wasn't really forthcoming. There was some issue about having to wait 6 months. Anyway, cut a long story short, one day we went off to the caravan centre and I said to him, look, we can't afford anything, but we went anyway just to have a look around.
Yes,
yeah,
we
it's a
like
nice
to look
thing
at
to
them. We
yeah.
do. We used to spend a lot of time going round places looking at caravans
Yeah.
and motorhome.
So,
And all of a sudden we were walking round Sussex Caravan Centre and we saw this coachman right at the back, and it was
6,995,
yeah.
995, £7,000.
And it said underneath it, it said Black Horse Finance available. And I said to Steve, oh look, maybe we could get this lovely caravan on finance. So
my view was, look,
yeah.
neither one of us are employed.
Yeah, so we're not going to
So
get it.
how are you going to get finance?
Yeah.
Anyway, you know,
Yeah, I don't know.
we had little bits of trickles of money coming in from bits and pieces of work that I was doing that I picked up through sort of social networking and stuff like that. And anyway, the dealer said, well, let's just run it through the system. And sure enough, I think it costs us 130 quid a month
Yes, that's right.
to have this caravan.
Yes.
And we had a motor mover fitted,
Yes, we
we didn't have one,
Yeah,
and,
so
and
that mounted up.
you know, and all the bits and pieces that we needed were already done. So,
But the thing is, more than a year down the line,
Yeah.
we owe more money than what we borrowed.
well,
So it's costing us quite a lot, and we haven't got the money to pay it off. So
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
No,
yet.
we haven't got any
So-
money to pay it off. So this is a bit of a.
so
That's not great.
We-
but anyway,
we're selling our
it is what it is. Just
we're
don't.
selling our flat, and that's been on the market
Oh,
for over a year now. It went on the market in March last year, but because of the type of property it is, and because of the way it's being marketed, it is not being sold well. So we have a buyer currently going through. We were hoping for it to complete on the 19th of May. It's now the 1st of June. We still don't have any news on that. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that it will go through in the next couple of weeks.
yes, we are.
At that point, we'll have enough money to get a settlement figure for the caravan
yes, we will.
to pay it off.
Pay it off, for God's sake,
And
pay it off. Yeah.
It basically,
Yeah.
what
I hate
way-
owing money. I just hate
the way
it.
the finance
yes,
works is that they calculate the interest for the whole period.
Yeah.
They add that on, and then they calculate a figure that you pay each month. But when you ask them for a settlement figure, they calculate the interest that you owe over the period up to the date you want to settle, and then they give you a figure which is much lower than the statement we've just got through. So we'll be able to pay that off. I think it'll probably end up being about £7,000 that we'll have to pay. So we'll have paid a year's worth of payments, plus we'll have to pay for the caravan again. So it sort of will work out like renting it, won't it?
I think
But,
it will. But the caravan, again, when we try to sell this caravan, again, it's going to be. I don't know how much we'll get for it. So
Well,
they just deteriorate. You
all
think
of
it
the-
might be cheap living in a caravan for a year, but if you take into account the interest money and the deterioration on the caravan, it could end up costing you as much as a flat.
Well, it does get a hammering, and I say because they're not designed to live in full time. They're just not. So it takes a hammering.
Yeah,
I mean,
it takes a hammering,
it's got replacement carpets in that are looking pretty mucky at the moment because we're sort of traipsing in and out, up and down every day. Sometimes with muddy shoes and so on. So it's not looking great.
No.
And plus all the dampage that we've got going on in the bedroom, damp patches in the bedroom.
It's not good. Anyway, I
What we've
think
got
we're
there
getting a
is not
bit
a great
off.
thing,
We're
but-
getting a bit off track about it's
Getting
our
a bit off
birthday
track.
and it's rambling now, and I feel
We are
that we
rambling,
do need this
but-
is no good at all. So let's talk about the happy things that we've
So-
done this in.